Boo! Happy Halloween, everyone. Week 8 is here. Week 7 is in the books. I did pretty good last week. I went 8-5 overall on all my picks. I came in 4th in the contest. I came in 1st in the Big Rye and the Fat Guy contest. There are links below if you want to check out their channel. Last week, I went 8-2 with my best bets. I hit my 3-team teaser. I went 2-1 on Twitter with my unders and overs, and a 3-1 on my best bets. The two that didn't cash were the Chicago Bears. Thought they could at least, hold Tampa Bay to that many points, but guess not. Their offense just stunk up the place. And I went over on the Seattle game, and what was it, like 13-10 or something like that. Some low score. So excellent. This week in our contest, the week winner was Ant NJ. It's a Big Ant NJ from New Jersey, I assume. It's funny. I was in a movie group back in the early 2000s, and this guy was called Big Ant, and he's from New Jersey. So I don't know if it's the same guy. If it is, hey, what's up, man? But overall, our week leader and still, had a bad week, but Mobley Plado again. She gave, I think it's a her, she gave her picks down in the description last week, and she went 2 out of 3 as well. So if she wants to do it again, it's great. Check it out. You might want to dig through those comments below. And she is leading by 1 point, so watch out. Everybody has a bad week, so I'm coming for you. I'm in 25th place, I think, overall. So I'm still top 25, and I'm coming for you. Watch out. This week's buys are Baltimore and Las Vegas. Baltimore on a loss and Vegas on a win. I've noticed trends as far as, going into the bye week has been 50-50. So no special trends at all this year. So let's dig into the picks. And we got the Thursday night football game on the NFL Network. We got the Green Bay at Arizona. This should be an awesome game. Arizona is a 6-point home favorite. And it's Arizona 7-0, Green Bay 6-1. Both of them are 6-1 against the spread. So hard to pick these games. But Green Bay did get hit by the COVID bug, basically. Devontae Adams, their star wide receiver, will probably be out. I think a couple of coaches as well. So I might hit them at the spread, just jump from 3.5 to 6 because of that. Green Bay's on a 6-game win streak, and Arizona's on a 7-game win streak. It's hard, 6 points, man. This is going to be a tough game, but I think the lack of key players. When two great teams usually play, I usually pick the better defense. I feel that Arizona has by far the better defense over Green Bay. And the 6 point is warranted. It is under a touchdown. So give me Arizona at home, laying 6. Next, we got the Carolina Panthers traveling to the Atlanta Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons are a 2.5 point home favorite. Again, 2.5 points. They kind of screwed me over last week with that hook, winning by 2. Unbelievable. They had it by far. Matt Ryan, keep that ball tucked in, buddy. That's all I can say. Carolina, man, they benched Sam Darnold last week and brought in Philip Walker, XFL player from the Houston Roughnecks. I remember that. Yeah, they had the old Oilers helmet. It was like that, but silver. Carolina on back-to-back road games. This is a divisional week. Both these teams aren't doing so well. It's Carolina's 3-4, Atlanta's 3-3. Both of them. Carolina's 3-4 against the spread. Atlanta's 3-3 against the spread. Nothing spectacular. Basically, I just take the whole team. Usually it's 3, it's 2.5. So give me Atlanta minus 2.5. Next, we got a divisional matchup with Miami Dolphins traveling to the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills are a 13.5 point home favorite. Buffalo 4-2 off a bye, just beating Tennessee. Had a great game. Miami coming up from Florida off a loss. Buffalo 4-2 off a loss against Tennessee and from a bye week. Miami's 1-6 coming up from Miami. 2-5 against the spread. The Buffalo's 4-2 against the spread. Miami's on a 6-game losing streak. defensive battle. Might be cold in Buffalo on Sunday. It's estimated to be about 50 degrees with some wind. For me, I'm taking Buffalo and the home team. I know it's a big spread, 13.5 points, but Miami hasn't shown nothing. They're in talks of, trying to get other quarterbacks, but, not doing so well. Tua will probably start this week like he did last week. So, yeah, give me Buffalo minus 13.5 off that loss. I'm sure they're coming off that bye and going to come in strong. Next, we got the San Francisco 49ers traveling to the Chicago Bears. Chicago Bears are a 3.5 point home dog. Chicago 3-4, San Francisco 2-4 with 4 straight losses. San Francisco 1-5 against the spread. Chicago 3-4 against the spread. Why is San Francisco favored? They were favored last week. That was one of my best bets. I cashed in so much money, bet Indianapolis Colts. Here again, I'm taking Chicago at home. I'm getting 3.5 points. Chicago, I think, has the better defense here. I know their offense is kind of sputtering, and last week they got pounced by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but I think it's not their defense fault, it's their offense fault. Here they're coming back home. They're going to get some things in order, and at least they're not as badly as injured as San Francisco. What can you say? I'm going at home. I'm taking 3.5 points. See you later. Bye. Chicago plus 3.5. Next, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers traveling to the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns are a 3.5 point home favorite. Cleveland 4-3, Pittsburgh 3-3. Both of them, decent records so far in mid-season. Cleveland 4-3 against the spread. Pittsburgh 2-4 against the spread. Pittsburgh off a bye, and they did beat Seattle, but didn't cover on their last victory. And Cleveland won by 3 in their last game against Denver. Cleveland's so badly injured. I'm not expecting Baker Mayfield to play. I expect Case Keenum to play on this. They're out on a long week. They did play that Thursday night, but Pittsburgh's on a bye, so they even had a longer time to study Cleveland. Pittsburgh, getting 3.5 points. I think these two teams are pretty evenly matched. Might win by a field goal, one or the other. I'm getting 3.5 points, so give me Pittsburgh plus 3.5 points. Next, we got the Philadelphia Eagles traveling to the Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions are a 3-point home dog. Now, Detroit, I'm going to go and break this down a little bit. I've been a fan for Detroit since most of you were born. Detroit is a big, everybody's like, I'm taking Detroit. I can see it. I can see everybody taking Detroit. They played LA just great. They're coming back off a loss. They want to win. They're 0-7. Everybody's rooting for them, but you don't know Detroit like I know Detroit. Now, Detroit got a bye week next week. They're coming off, that was their Super Bowl last week. That's the way I'm looking at it. And that was their big game. Now they're coming home off a loss. They're being let down. Next week they got their bye. What incentive do they have to play this game? And you're like, a lot of people are like, oh, we're getting 3 points. Yeah, it don't matter. They're going to get blown out of the water. I know Philadelphia's not been playing great. They're coming off a loss, and they're on back-to-back road games as well. The setup looks so good for Detroit on this game. I see everybody picking this. Not me. I'm taking Philadelphia -3 all day long. So give me Philly -3. Next, we got the Tennessee Titans traveling to the Indianapolis Colts. The Indianapolis Colts are a 1-point home favorite. Tennessee, man, they're on fire. 5-2. They just came off some great wins the last couple of weeks. Indianapolis 3-4. They've been playing pretty good themselves. I see this great divisional game. Tennessee on a 3-game win streak, and it's 5. Both teams are 5-2 against the spread. Very close. It's pretty much a pick'em game. I'd like to see Tennessee win the division. I think they have the team to beat in that division. Like I said, it's pretty much a pick'em. So give me Tennessee to win that game. +1. Next, we got the Cincinnati Bengals traveling to the New York Jets. The New York Jets are a 9.5-point home dog. Cincinnati on a back-to-back road games. 5-2, and New York Jets 1-5. New York Jets is also 1-5 against the spread. Zach Wilson got injured his knee. He got banged up like 3 plays in a row, and to the point he got pretty much carted off. They brought in what's his name? Mike White. Mike White. Never heard of the guy. They even signed Joe Flacco to come in. So I don't know if Flacco is going to play out of retirement, or they're going to start Mike White. Flacco, I'm not expecting to have much game time if he does play. Maybe a limited playbook. We'll see. To me, Cincinnati's on a roll. They're top of the division, 5-2, 4-3 against the spread. So give me Cincinnati Bengals. I know it's a lot. -9.5. Next, we got the Los Angeles Rams traveling to the Houston Texans. Houston Texans are a 14.5-point home dog. The last couple of weeks, I've been, betting against them, and they have not been covering, even on these large spreads. I even have teasers, and they still didn't even cover. The Rams, usually they'll beat up on teams 4-3 against the spread, but they are 6-1. They'll win enough to run the ball like against Detroit. A win's a win. We don't care about how much, but Houston is just so bad. Houston's on a 6-game losing streak. They did win week 1, but 2 straight weeks without a TD. How do you bet on a team that can't even score a TD in the last 2 weeks? I'm taking the Los Angeles Rams -14.5, and cashing my ticket all the way back. Next, we have the New England Patriots traveling to the Los Angeles Chargers. Los Angeles Chargers are a 5.5-point home favorite. Chargers 4-2, New England 3-4. New England did win their first home game against the Jets last week, but they have too many injuries in the secondary, especially with Chargers coming in. They're just gonna, I think, and off a bye on top of that. I think this might be a lot worse than it's gonna see. New England has to travel from the East Coast all the way to the West Coast, so they'll be playing their game at like 9-10 o'clock in the morning. So. Again, it's that time zone plus the injuries. 5.5 points. I'm laying it. So give me the Chargers -5.5 points. Next, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars traveling to the Seattle Seahawks. Seattle Seahawks are a 3.5-point favorite. Why are the Seahawks 3.5-point favorite? Geno Smith. Any Geno Smith fans? Anybody got him on their fantasy team? I don't think so. Jacksonville off a bye. They're well prepared. They are off kind of a back-to-back. Road games kind of, they played in London, had the week off, and now they got to play in Seattle. Jacksonville got their first win last week, 3.5 points against Geno Smith. So, yeah, give you Jacksonville plus that 3.5 points. Next, we got the Washington football team traveling to the Denver Broncos. Denver Broncos are a 3-point home favorite. Oh, this is the game I just do not like. Washington on back-to-back road games and have the week off next week. Denver, man, they just, Denver played Cleveland last week, and I gotta say, Case Keenum needed 8 yards, 3rd and 8. He ran through the front line. There's 2 linebackers there. They both missed, and he got 8 yards rushing. Case Keenum. How do you miss a slow quarterback if you're a linebacker? That's how bad Denver cannot tackle. Oh my goodness. Do I think they're going to do any better in here? I know they're banged up, and Washington has a horrible defense as well. I don't like either of these 2 teams. But if you have to pick one, I'm going to pick the points. I'm going to take the Washington Redskins plus 3. I'm probably, if I do, play this game, it'd be either in a teaser, Washington plus, like 9, or wait till, last minute, and wait to see if that spread goes up, because I see people picking Denver. So yeah, give me Washington plus the 3. Next, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers traveling to the New Orleans Saints. New Orleans Saints are a 4.5-point home dog. Tampa Bay 6-1 with a 3-4 ATS score, and a New Orleans Saints who's 4-2, a 3-3 ATS as well. New Orleans is off a short week, playing on Monday night. Tampa Bay will have the week off next week. It's a divisional game, but the Bucs are on a different playing field. New Orleans just looks so bad, and how do you only win by a last-minute field goal at the end of the game against Seattle with Geno Smith? New Orleans just not looking like the old New Orleans with Drew Brees. So give me Tampa Bay -4.5. Next, we got the Sunday Night Football on NBC. We got the Dallas Cowboys traveling to the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota Vikings are a 2.5-point home dog. Dallas Cowboys 5-1 with a 6-0 perfect ATS record. And we got the Minnesota Vikings at 3-3 with a 3-3 ATS record. Minnesota, both the teams are off a bye. Dallas on a 5-game win streak. They are on a roll. They are rested, and I expect them to go into Minnesota and just mess them up. It seems like most teams are either here, up above everybody else, or way down here below. There's a couple teams that are in the middle. I would say, like Minnesota, somewhere in the middle, but they're definitely not up here, and they're not down here either. But I'm taking that Dallas. 2.5 points is nothing. So give me Dallas minus 2.5 points. And finally, we got the Monday Night Football. We got the New York Giants at Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City Chiefs are a 10-point home favorite. Whew, 10 points, man. Kansas City is the worst defense I've ever seen in the NFL of all my years ever playing. I would absolutely call the Kansas City Chiefs defense a pantomime team. It looks like they're playing defense, but they ain't really. The New York Giants, they call them the New York Boo Birds. The audience boos them a lot. They had nothing to boo about last week as they got their win. I like Kansas City to win on this game, but not with that 10 points. I think the Giants defense can hold, that Kansas City offense a little bit, get a little bit of pressure on them. I see Giants, and I got Kenny Galladay. He should be coming back. I got him on my fantasy team, so I expect him to get a lot of touches. So give me the New York Giants plus 10 points. Well, that's it for the week. I hope everybody a happy and safe Halloween. Check out the links below with the NFL prognosticators, and I hope you enjoyed the little bit of graphics I threw in there. And you guys have fun. I will see you next week. Peace.